that love basketball in this room? Okay, we have a few basketball people, so I use a number of basketball terms because I can't help it. So let's dive in. We're talking about repurposing your content. First, I want to know who's here. If you have a podcast, please let us know the name of your podcast, or if you've been a guest on a number of podcasts, let us know. So that'll help me as I go through the presentation today.
You want to shout it out or
Yes,
just
shout it out. It's perfect. We have a small group, so it's fine.
so we're Casper and Cheryl Stockham. We have a podcast called I Am Love Builders.
Perfect. Thank you. And
My podcast is called From the Ground Up with Esther, and I am interviewing entrepreneurs, people that are building something. It could be a business, a community, people of faith that are building something with their life and helping other people.
wonderful. Thank you, Esther.
I'm David. I have a podcast called Kingdom Misfits where we do personal testimonies, working with Recovery Road, and just helping people who are dealing with addictions and sharing their story.
Okay, great. Thank you, David. Kingdom Misfits. Right. Susan, do you have a podcast or have you been a guest on a number of podcasts?
Neither,
No. Okay.
but I'm interested.
And okay. Perfect. Perfect. Not a problem at all. So you all talked about who you are and what your podcast. That's really what we were getting at with that. This is the content fast break framework. In basketball, you get the rebound, you kick it up the court. The goal is to go fast. So this framework is about getting on the fast break. Here are the four parts of the fast break framework. Secure the ball, which is your recording, record strategically, push the ball, which is extract the goal, fill the lanes, one idea into multiple formats, and then finish at the rim. The rim is your distribution channels. Where are you sending your content? This is the content fast break framework. You don't have to screenshot anything. I will send you all the notes from this. If you would leave me a review, you'll get the checklist and you'll get this actual presentation with all of these notes. So I would really appreciate it. Let me know what you liked, what resonated with you. I would really appreciate that. And so I have this QR code at the end as well. All right, let's get into it. Let's secure the rebound. So before the recording starts, whether you're on the podcaster side, I have a podcast as well. It's called A Ball and a Chance. Again, basketball connected and related. It's all about how do we create, how sport creates opportunity. So this is my thought process before I ever hit record. I was on a podcast yesterday. This is my thought process before that show. You're not creating content, you're actually building a content library. So I want to shift our thinking around, oh, I'm just having a conversation. No, that long form content will allow us to create a library. So what are the stories that you tell? People love to hear how you messed up, what mistakes you made, any step-by-step advice that they can implement immediately, any bold opinions or one-liners that you'll be able to capture of that, on the other side of that interview. Do you all have a bank of stories? Does anyone have like stories that they tell every single time? No? Yes? Somewhat. So one of the great things to do is think about just day-to-day life. Like how can you capture stories that can help other people? One story that I tell all the time is that I'm 6'1". I've been this tall since I was 12 years old. So I've been this tall a very long time. And every time I tell it, I get the same reaction. People smile, they laugh, they gasp. So even in your day-to-day life, practice, test them out on different audiences to see what resonates with people. And that's how I've decided, oh, that's probably one of those stories that I should keep telling over and over again because it resonates, because everyone knows what it feels like to be a little like out of place or not feel like you fit. Okay, so we've secured the rebound. Now, everyone said that just about everyone has a podcast. So you can select a YouTube link if you want already, or I can drop the link from my interview with Dr. Arnold, or you can find a link. It literally doesn't even have to be your interview to be able to create some content from it. It should be, obviously, because the content is for you, but for in terms of practice, grab a link from one of your past and grab a YouTube link specifically, not from Apple, not from Spotify. Grab a YouTube link because the AI tools that I use, everything starts with the YouTube link. Okay? Give me a thumbs up when you have this is a working session. I'm definitely not a lecturer. So I would love for y'all to come away with this with some actual content that you can then use. And I'll show you what I've done as well. Okay. So we have a link. Now we're going to push the ball. What does push the ball mean? Pushing the ball is extracting the goal. In basketball, your outlet passes everything. In content, specifically for the AI tools that I use, as I mentioned, the YouTube link is your outlet pass. That gets everything started, that moves us up the floor with our content. So after the recording, we of course, now this is if you are the guest. We thank the host, and we always want to ask for the full recording, or like this session today, I'm recording it on my computer. Or you ask the host, is it okay if I record? Sometimes there's technological issues because you want to pull from the full content. What I've learned from being on so many podcasts, the hosts don't always post the full interview. They may make me a contributor on Instagram, like ask me to collaborate on Instagram or post a snippet on LinkedIn. But there could be a lot, I'm sure there's a lot more gold that exists, but they didn't post. But that doesn't mean that I can't. So ask for the full recording, upload it to YouTube, or if it is a YouTube base, you can wait until it's released on YouTube. But the point is find out ahead of time. I've been on did it because the person only played the audio and I didn't ask for the video. And it was such a great interview. Okay, any questions there?
So does most of this apply to only video? Because I'm just curious, like for those of us who may only do audio podcasting, is there still a way to apply the same principles?
That's a really great question. Are you asking if you are the person recording?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm you, what platform do you use to record?
I just use a podcast recorder, like a Zoom track recorder, and then I just edit it in uh what is the name of that? An app on my iPad and then post it to Spotify.
How do you record again?
I use a Zoom track recorder, so it's just a regular
I'm not
recorder with
familiar.
outputs. Yeah, so it's just an audio recorder where I can plug in four mics and then just record. And then I'll take out the memory card and put it into my editing application.
Oh, that's a really great question. So I like a lot of video content with my
Hmm.
podcast. So the first session I did last month was really about repurposing your videos. So I used video. So that's a really good question. Most of what I'm going to talk about today is definitely focused on
Video.
there's some clips, video clips, but then there's also the transcript that you can get as well. And so
Hmm.
some of what we'll get into in a second is how do you repurpose the transcripts?
Gotcha.
So they're
Oh,
still valuable, but can you pull the transcripts from yours?
yeah, I can use AI to get the transcripts out of my video recordings. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So then it's still valuable. So let's dive into a little bit with filling the lanes. And in basketball, on the fast break, there are 5 lanes on the court. We have down the middle, right? This is like our point guard usually drops the ball up the court. We have the lanes right next to her, to the left, him or her, to the left or to the right. And then there are outer lanes. And so when we're thinking about where we're going to put our content. We're thinking about repurposing the content. I want you to think about what is like the main platform that you're going to use. That's the center lane. The outside lanes are the two others, and then the other outside are the ones that would be nice if they're on there. But so for me, for example, I just started posting on TikTok. I just started repurposing on TikTok. TikTok for me right now is an outside lane. An inside lane has been Instagram and LinkedIn, and then Facebook a little bit. And then I started a Substack as well. So like TikTok and Substack are on the outside for me right now. Then there's LinkedIn, there's Facebook, and Instagram has been the one I've used the most. And this will shift throughout the year because my strategy will shift. It's shifting. So you're going to repackage into multiple formats. Your interview becomes short form on YouTube, LinkedIn post, an email topic. So for your email list, quote graphics and carousels as well. So there are all these different forms of the content, and I'll show you examples of what I've done once we get through the framework. Okay, so this is the system. We keep it simple. One idea, 4 formats. We're going to focus on 5 ideas, 4 formats, 20 pieces of content. 5 ideas. So, and I'll give you an example. The story that I tell about being 6'1" and feeling awkward, that is a story that resonates. So that's one idea, and we'll put that on 4 different platforms. All right, and then the last part to this fast break content framework is finishing at the rim. So in basketball, you don't just do a fast break just to run fast. The goal is to score. The goal is to convert. The goal is to make the shot, right? So in content, you do the same. We're not posting just to post. You want to position your pieces with purpose. All right, let's get into this. Okay. So here's how we distribute with intention. Ask yourself, who is this episode for? Who is this clip for? What transformation does it show? And then what buyers does this speak to? And decide the platform. So LinkedIn, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Substack, Facebook. What are there other platforms that are missing here that you all use?
I use Rumble.
Rumble. What's Rumble?
It's another platform like YouTube. They're trying to compete with YouTube.
Oh, really?
Free, of course.
Will you put it in the chat? I've never heard of Rumble. No, that's really
Sure,
interesting.
sure.
I'm here to learn as well. I'm sure there's plenty of knowledge in the room. So I want to show you all the AI, the software that I use. So this is my rumble.com. Oh, interesting. Okay. So here are the AI tools that I use. And I'm sure you all have used some of these as well. Let me pull this presentation back up. Okay, here we are. So here, Opus.pro. Does anyone use Opus? Okay, Casper, yep. So Opus allows you to take a YouTube video, a YouTube link, you put it in the software, it automatically creates clips, and you can post to social directly from Opus. It's the software that I use the most because it's very simple, and Opus also ranks the video content. So 90% based on a few different factors. And so anything over 90, I post. And you can also edit it. So sometimes it doesn't always start and stop exactly the perfect place. Notebook LM. Does anyone use Notebook LM? David, how do you use Notebook LM?
Well, I utilize it more for work, in terms of just being able to have like specific documentation in there that I can query to figure out what reports to do, what type of grant stuff. And I also use it to dump like my audio into there and then have it create summaries and different things for myself.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. And then ChatGPT, I know a lot of us are very familiar with that one. And so this is my AI tech stack. So let me show you all the system that I use. Okay. So here's the document that if you leave a review with a screenshot, you'll get this. A review with the QR code. This document is a part of it. So five ideas, 4 formats equals 20 pieces of content. Super, super simple. I start with the YouTube link. I put it into Opus Pro to give me clips and to get the ranking of what stories and conversations from that interview were the best. Then from there, I take the full YouTube link and put it in Notebook LM. I'm going to open up my Notebook LM to show you all. Let's see. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me go back 1 second. Okay. So then I put in Notebook LM, and then in Notebook LM, I create the articles, the different types of content, and also use Canva and ChatGPT to help ideate on what those images can look like. So let me go over that again. So YouTube, I take the full link, I put it in Opus Pro, we get the clips, and I get the ranking on what was best from that conversation. Hopefully it aligns with my intention ahead of time. But sometimes other things come up in conversation and we get some other clips that are great. So we get those clips, and those top 5 are our ideas. So to the left on this chart, you see the ideas. Started playing basketball when I was 12, 6'1". The triple threat framework. This is what I talked about in my interview with Dr. Brian Arnold on his podcast. I talked about family, powerful quotes there. I talked about my books, and I talked about the importance of health and well-being. These were the top 5 topics. And these are the different types of content. So 5 topics and the 4 formats. It's the carousel that can be used on Instagram or Facebook. It's the article that can be used in Substack and repurposed on LinkedIn. It's the YouTube short that can also be used TikTok, IG, and then also YouTube shorts are kind of the same. And then here what's listed is the AI tool that I use. So let me show you an example of that. And Notebook LM is incredible. Does anyone else use Notebook LM? Yes or no? No? Okay, well let me show y'all Notebook LM. This y'all may want to add this one. So not only can you create the items that I created, so I took the whole link and I added it here and I said, give me the transcript. It gives me the transcript. And then I prompted it to pull some quotes, right? We pull some quotes from it. And you see this on the right, studio. What's fascinating about Notebook LM is you can create some other things. So let me show you. There's the written content, but it also creates some videos. And it creates, this is the infographic from my interview. The triple threat framework is what I talked about. And this is the infographic. Be Unstoppable, the triple threat confidence framework is 3 parts: identity, direction, and impact. And of course, it recognizes this is a basketball analogy. I also talked about the unstoppable mindset with courage and heart. You'll be unstoppable. So you can, if you have so much content, Casper, Esther, Broderick, if you have a podcast or have been on podcasts, you can take that, put it into Notebook LM, and then create some visuals as well. The other thing Notebook LM created, which I thought was fascinating, is it can create a video overview of your interview. So there was my interview, but take a look at this. This is something I'll be implementing more this year as well. Do y'all still see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So I simply put in this is 5 minutes. We won't play it all. I'll play a minute or two just so you can see.
Welcome to the Explainer.
Did y'all hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Today, we are going to break down an absolutely inspiring framework for building unstoppable confidence. And this comes straight from the playbook of former pro basketball player and author Angela R. Lewis. Let's just start with a question that I think, hits home for pretty much all of us. Have you ever had that feeling of just being different, of standing out when honestly all you really wanted to do was just blend in? It's such a universal feeling, right? But for some people, it becomes their everyday reality. Now, I want you to imagine that feeling, but just amplified. For Angela R. Lewis, this wasn't just a feeling, it was a physical fact. She was 6'1" when she was just 12 years old. I mean, think about that for a second. That early, really intense experience of being so drastically different, well, it wasn't a weakness. It actually became the catalyst that forced her to figure out how to build confidence from the ground up. So, how'd she do it? Well, through her entire journey in sports and
I'll fast forward a bit.
weird and uncomfortable, sharing your story. A huge part of impact is also about, quantifying your wins. Angela, for example, she keeps every single draft of her books. Now, you might ask, why would she do that?
Okay. I'll stop that for now. But it's really fascinating the way that we can just amplify what we've already done using these tools.
What is the cost for this particular AI?
Nothing. Well, I'm sure Google gets, our content, but no, there's no cost for Notebook LM. It's just notebooklm.google.com. It's a
Hmm,
part of it's one of the apps on their suite.
nice.
Oh,
So,
okay, okay, got you. That's what I was gonna ask. Okay. But do
it's-
you have a business Google Workspace too, don't you?
oh, good point. I
Yeah,
do. Yeah,
that's where you get the
my
access
my
then, David.
workspace
Yep,
is Google.
yep, same. That's what I was like. Okay, makes sense.
Is it required? That's a good question.
No, but I'm sure without it to be able to get some of the level of access that you have, you see what that's why I think that's why again the
It's Google.
subscription part. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to log in with one of my I have, a few different Google
same.
accounts, but yeah, I'll have to log in with one of my non-workspace accounts and see. So thank you for that. But what we're able to do beyond that is write the articles, right? So I said, write a 400-word article for Substack based on the transcript and the topic, and then I entered topic one, and then it gave me the article. I'll of course go in and revise it, and all of that is on this document. It's just examples of the articles. And then I said, give me a 400-word article based on topic two, and so on, right? And they were really good. So now I have this content for LinkedIn and Substack. The other thing that I did, so I took those articles. I took um I went and asked for the various I wanted to create a carousel. So I needed quotes about the topics. And so that's where I was able to pull, well, that is the wrong document. That's where I was able to pull these. Um, I asked it to review the transcript, give me a quote about each of these five topics, and then make each one able to go on a 3-slide carousel for Instagram or Facebook. So the first one was about standing out. And I put this into ChatGPT. It gave me the hook and it gave me 3 slides. And so here's what that looks like. So these would be the 3 slides that are really simple to create. Stood out too much, didn't fit in. Here's my story. And then the third slide, which kind of sums it up.
Angela, did that format it for those specific platforms when you asked it to produce the slide for the platform?
Great question. Yes, it did. It did. It formatted it for those platforms.
Nice.
And so I did that for each one. And it's really amazing. And so the goal is to have a bank of content that can be scheduled, that is consistent, and and really creating a very specific conversation that I want to have with those who follow me and who are interested in the content, and making sure that it connects with the audience. So I love the hooks from all of these. So, want to build true lasting confidence? Here's the ultimate playbook. This is the triple threat. So they're able to hear the same thing in that 5-minute video. They were able to hear it. The clip from the podcast, they're able to hear it. In the full content of the podcast, they're able to hear it, and then they're able to see it. So we're touching on different learning styles and different ways that people connect. Does anyone else create different levels of content with their podcast? And if so, what have you done?
I
Erica?
do. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me turn on my camera. Wait, I can't. So I do the transcript on ChatGPT, and what I do, I create what's it called, carousel of something I learned so that people can reshare. So I do that, and now I'm starting to put it on a small, like very short videos, like just the text. Yeah.
I love it. Yes. Or does anyone use any other tools?
I use Riverside.
Riverside. Yeah,
Report.
Riverside's great.
Riverside is amazing. Yep, I
Yeah.
agree.
Best friend.
Quality is amazing. Yes, I agree.
Yep.
So
And
good.
so Riverside is on the recording side. Like if I record all my podcasts on Riverside, and then Riverside, like Opus, automatically creates clips.
Mhm.
And I actually host my podcast on Riverside as well. They've made it seamless. So I record and then host and get clips from them.
Mhm.
So
You got
was
2
that
minutes.
helpful? 2-minute warning. If
Mhm.
you would like, as I mentioned, if you would like this presentation about the fast break content, and if you would like that document that gives the examples of what I've done, please leave me a review. Would absolutely love to share that with you. I use a platform called Speaker Hub, which will pop up and it asks for a review. And then there's a short video from me, and you'll be able to get the download. So,
What's the, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, no,
What's the cost for Riverside?
that's a really great question.
Because I use StreamYard and it's
Okay.
pretty expensive.
Yeah,
How much is,
StreamYard is expensive.
how much is StreamYard? I don't,
It's like 800 or 900 a year.
$800 or $900 per year?
Yeah.
Oh, Riverside is not that much. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten it if it was that much. I added this. I have someone who helps me, and so my cost is a little higher,
Can,
maybe $50 a month.
It is. It's pretty
can,
cheap, actually. It's 20. It's most popular unlimited audio 12. You in a network. It's 29 is the best value for audio and video, and then the network is at 79. Then it's $99 a month, and if you did annually for the year, you could save 23% annually. It's so
can you
good.
st- can you stream to multiple platforms at the same time?
That's do that. That's a good question.
That's what's
I don't.
different, I think, between StreamYard
Yeah, I
and
can stream to
I
8
think.
different platforms with StreamYard.
yeah, that's why it's probably more costly
Yeah.
too. But the quality to me, hands down, Riverside.
I have a
I've
question
done
about
both.
Riverside. Does it also have like an auto clips ready that we can download same as StreamYard? Oh, cool.
Autoclick.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does.
Thank
I
you.
And you
think
can.
Opus. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you go ahead. No,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I have the pro version of Riverside. I don't know because there are tiers to it. So I have just the first one that I paid, and it still gives you good clips. You just have to edit them a little bit if you want. But it now also allows you to do the pictures for your thumbnails. And I also, if you record, sometimes I record with a different camera. You can also separate the speakers, and it can give you a better camera view.
Well, thank you all so much for joining. Those who have podcasts, please send me a message with the links or drop them here. I will subscribe and like and leave a review on everyone. That's how we all continue to grow. So thank you all so much. I hope this was helpful and that you saw some tools that you can utilize to fast break your content.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
See y'all
Thank
on the other side.
You.
Thank you.
Really.
The plane crash that took their lives was so severe, so absolute, that their bodies were unable to be identified.